Welcome back. With us right now is Jordyn LeVier, and Jordyn is bringing some new yoga classes to the village. So I'd like to welcome you. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm looking at the different classes that you're bringing here, and they seem a little bit different to me. So why don't you tell me about your background and the type of classes that you're bringing?
Yeah, so I'm a certified yoga instructor. I teach a form of yoga called Veni Yoga.
Veni Yoga.
Veni Yoga,
okay.
Yes. And Veni Yoga is a safe form of yoga where we flow in and out of postures in order to help our students find the proper form for their body and so that they don't overdo it too quickly. It's also, we modify and adapt the practice for each individual student in the class.
Okay, what do you mean by flow in and out of poses? Because I thought yoga was always sort of that way anyway, kind of slow. I've never done yoga, so I don't know.
Well, there are so many different types of yoga.
There seems to be.
Yeah, so one of the things, a lot of times in classes, you may find you just go straight into a pose and you hold.
Okay.
Sometimes that can cause injury because someone will go a little too far too fast.
Okay.
And so say if we're twisting, we will do a gentle twist, come back, another gentle twist, and each time we're going a little deeper into the twist so that we don't twist too far, torque the spine, and end up hurting ourselves.
So in general, what is yoga? Why don't you explain, since I'm obviously don't know, because I thought yoga was all very slow and gentle anyway. What is yoga as far as, what's the essence of it, if you will, if I can use that term?
Absolutely. The essence of yoga. Yoga is all about awareness, breath, and movement. So in each class, we link every single movement to the breath. It calms the mind, yes. And then it brings awareness to what's happening in our bodies. Through this movement, we begin to find better posture just in our day-to-day life. So it's a wonderful thing for everybody.
Like it.
Yes.
So I'm looking at the classes that you're starting on January 8th, and there's 3: Therapeutic Yoga, then there's one called Yoga Flow, and then Yoga plus Aromatherapy.
Yes.
So tell me about each one of those.
So Therapeutic Yoga. Therapeutic Yoga, we will focus on specific conditions. So chronic issues such as osteoporosis, low back pain, pain management for different.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so it's wonderful. So we'll focus on different areas. Each class will have a different area that we're focusing on. And again, that will depend on who's in front of me, what we're dealing with each day. So I don't come in with a script. I design a class based on the needs that I see in front of me.
Okay.
And so, which is an interesting approach. But also with this class, you'll learn like day-to-day things. So if you're coming to see me once or twice a week, I'll send you away with tools, things that you can do in the morning, things you can do in the evening to kind of help lubricate those joints and feel much better in your day-to-day life.
Very good. Now, Yoga Flow.
Yoga Flow. So Yoga Flow is where we link breath to movement in a more rather than, say, therapeutic yoga, we're moving more slowly from pose to pose. There's a lot more talk. In a flow class, it's more of a moving meditation.
Okay.
And so we're not stopping to workshop things and figure out what's happening in the body. We're flowing. We're getting into this meditative state in our flow classes. So when you come to this class, you will feel energized, invigorated, uplifted. You'll feel stretched, but at the same time, you're also building strength throughout the body.
Okay, and then finally, Yoga plus Aromatherapy. I know what aromatherapy is, but how are you going to bring that into the class?
So we'll diffuse different oils throughout class. Each class will have a specific theme, maybe focusing on grounding, bringing more joy into our lives, balancing. So the oils will go along with the theme for the class. They'll be diffused, and then also I'll have the option, if people want to use them topically, they can have oils placed on the wrist and then use them that way as well.
So all these different classes together, and you're doing them on Mondays and Wednesdays, would that, if somebody wants to do the full run, would they be able to do that? Or
Absolutely.
do you kind of evaluate what would be right for them? Because it sounds like, especially with the therapeutic yoga, there may be some people who that might be the right thing for to at least start with.
Absolutely. So for some people, we'll want to start with therapeutic yoga, especially if you have some sort of chronic issue. That's the perfect class for you. We learn to manage it. That doesn't mean if you come to a therapeutic class, you may never want to go to a flow class. You may work your way up to a flow class. The flow class is more for people who do not have serious issues in their body.
Okay.
If someone were to show up to my yoga flow class and I notice there's a lot going on and it's not the right class for them, I would absolutely refer them to the therapeutic class.
Okay, that sounds good. And of course the aromatherapy one, you know, that seems like it could be for almost anyone.
Yes, and the thing is the type of yoga I teach with Vinny Yoga, we offer modification and adaptation for every single student in the class as needed. So even if someone comes to the class and it's a little advanced for them, I will give them options. I will give them props to help them find the pose that works in their body, though they may look different from the person next to them on the mat.
Okay, so the aromatherapy one, do you bring in the different scents? And
I do,
okay.
I do. So I use doTERRA oils, the therapeutic grade safe oils, and be introducing them to lots of fun stuff.
Okay, do you have bacon aromatherapy? 'Cause
bacon?
That's the one I would want.
Wouldn't that be nice?
That would be nice. You know, these classes, they are all over at Clubhouse 5, am I correct?
Clubhouse 5.
And they're going to start January 8th. So if you would like more information, the number is on the screen. It's 597-4273. Residents only, because the space is limited. You can see you can choose from three different classes, and there are different times there. So maybe you know, you want to take one or two of them, you certainly can. Bring a yoga, I knew I was going to say yogurt, right? A yoga mat, bottle of water, and a small towel. Blocks and straps will be provided, right?
That's right. That's right. And I also recommend if you have a blanket, maybe bring a blanket.
Okay.
It helps to kind of help us sit in the poses a little more comfortably. So maybe like a Mexican woven blanket or something like that.
All right, that would certainly help me.
Yes.
I would need that. I want to thank you for coming on.
Thank you so
and
much.
And welcome to the village and
Thank
the recreation
you.
department and bringing these classes here. I think they're going to be well received, and it's great that you're bringing something slightly different.
I hope so. I'm really excited to offer this to the community.
Thank you very much.
Thank
and
you.
good to meet you, and we'll be right back.